In his book, Your God is Too Small, J.B. Phillips wrote something along the lines, the truth taught by Jesus Christ is the right way to live. The truth of God the Creator and Father explained in terms that we as human beings can readily grasp how each of our lives is meant to be lived. Living with the very real threat of COVID-19 and how readily it can be passed on, I was reminded of a catchphrase relating to Christianity. We mistakenly believe that we can teach people how to emulate Christ. But here comes the catchphrase. Christianity isn't taught, it's caught. People come to faith because of the contagious way in which others live. They've encountered someone who lives with an openness, a kindness that allows the influence of God to transfer infectiously, contagiously. The conviction passed on is that God's tailor-made, deeply personal love for every human being, although beyond our understanding, is so fundamental to our life's journey that we can do no other but submit our lives, live our lives according to the demands of this wonderful love. One of my favourite hymns by John Bell of the Iona community addresses our being called by God, called to follow, called to serve, to give total commitment, to be under no illusion as to what this will entail. Being prepared to be shaped by the call, to be the instrument of God's love. Called to allow God to take over your life so that your values become his values, his concerns, your concerns. Called to be prepared to put your own agenda aside, to be non-judgmental, reaching out in loving care, not just to those who it's easy to help, but to those who can be really obnoxious. Being prepared to face downright hostility if your behaviour conflicts with that of those with their own very selfish agendas. Being prepared to be the eyes and ears and hands of God in very challenging situations in our challenging world today. Being prepared to play your part in healing broken relationships, reaching out to those who've fallen foul of the law through addiction or as the result of a dysfunctional upbringing, which was not their fault. Not being shy of your actions and words, conveying your utter devotion to the God in whom you believe. Being prepared to overcome the very real fear that you will feel. And if circumstances demand it, being prepared to serve sacrificially. Here are the first 4 verses of John Bell's hymn. Will you come and follow me, if I but call your name? Will you go where you don't know and never be the same? Will you let my love be shown? Will you let my love be known? Will you let my love be grown in you and you in me? Will you leave yourself behind if I but call your name? Will you care for cruel and kind and never be the same? Will you risk the hostile stare should your life attract or scare? Will you let me answer prayer in you and you in me? Will you let the blinded see if I but call your name? Will you set the prisoners free and never be the same? Will you kiss the leper clean and do such as this unseen and admit to what I mean in you and you in me? Will you love the you hide if I but call your name? Will you quell the fear inside and never be the same? Will you use the faith you found to reshape the world around through my sight and touch and sound in you and you in me? Wow. What amazing words, you know. What demands? But demands wrapped in the nuclear promise of our fusion with a loving God. How will you respond? I imagine God, our loving Father, waiting patiently, sometimes for a very long time, for my and your answer. Will you come and follow me? Will you? Yearning for that positive response from us, which will cement a lifelong, transforming relationship, leading to the building of his kingdom on earth. Here's John Bell's last verse. Lord, your summons echoes true when you but call my name. Let me turn and follow you and never be the same. In your company I'll go, where your love and footsteps show that I'll move and live and grow in you and you in me. Isn't it wonderful? God bless.